So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. We're going to talk about Super Mick Arteta. He knows exactly what we need. And we got the job done in the end last night. And it was hard work, but we got the job done. And we are currently sat here waiting with bated breath for the Liverpool match away to Sheffield United. New manager bounce with Chris Wilder back in the hot seat down at Sheffield. And good evening, maybe. Just maybe might get a result. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, we shall see. I'm obviously recording this before the games kick off. You're probably going to see it after the games kick off, but there we go. It is what it is. Make sure you are smashing the like button. Road to 90k is upon us. We're getting extremely close to that 90k bracket. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for, man? We're literally less than 450 away. 90,000. So big up to everybody inside, man. Make sure you sub to Lee React as well. That's literally millimeters from 22k. Yeah, the community's mad. So big up to all of you. Leave your comments and super chats down below. Check out the fan cams from yesterday. And let's start with Mikel Arteta, because it looks like he's about to be banned. Well, he is going to be banned. He's got 3 yellow cards this season. And he's now going to miss the Aston Villa game at the weekend. Touchline ban. He was booked after celebrating the 97th minute goal. I want to read this article out. He won't be on the touchline for the trip to Aston Villa after he was booked for the 3rd time this season for celebrating Declan Rice's 97th minute winner at Luton. The Spaniard charged down the touchline and stepped onto the pitch before celebrating with staff on Tuesday night. Arteta was then shown a yellow by the referee Samuel Barrett, meaning he will now not be on the touchline for Saturday's game at Villa Park, as 3 yellow cards equates to an automatic suspension. Asked if it was worth it, Arteta replied, "Yeah, I could not be sitting in my seat, unfortunately, so I left there. I had no spatial awareness at all." It was just pure emotion. So if that's a yellow, okay, it's a yellow. There is actually photographic evidence of him standing with 1 foot about this much above the pitch, but he is pitch side. He is on the pitch side. He's not off the pitch. He has got 1 foot planted off the pitch, and then his other foot is obviously on the other side. So yeah, he has broken the rules. I'm not sure who that is next to him that's actually on the pitch. One of our staff. Can't see. It's not Cuesta, Carlos Cuesta. I can see him next to Arteta, but I genuinely have no idea who that is. I can't see his face. But anyway, the next picture they show is his foot planted on the grass. They're really milking this, aren't they? Now, it's kind of crazy that these managers, well, Arteta is getting so many bookings, but at the same time, his touchline antics at times, I can see why they book him. Yeah, but I mean, come on, last minute goal. Yeah, he's obviously under pressure this season to win the title. He's put himself under that pressure. Yeah, and as much as I get onto this manager, and as much as I didn't celebrate 29's goal in last minute against Brentford, I can understand why he did. He's the manager of the football team. He's implemented the plan. The plan didn't quite go to plan, but we got out of jail, and one of his summer signings, and won the other day, 29, against Brentford, bailed him out. And he obviously felt extremely relieved, and it is a sign of emotion. He was running around like a madman. And listen, I sat here giving it all the big, and Ola and Matty were giving it. I'm sure every single Arsenal fan was going nuts because, again, we got out of jail. We didn't deserve to probably win the game. Yeah, if we're being completely honest. I mean, I know we had a load of shots, but it weren't pretty, was it? Yeah, and I think we got out of jail again. And there's only so many times you can keep getting out of jail before you don't score these last-minute winners. Yes, it's a great sign of character. Yes, it's the sign of champions, if that's what the route you want to go down. And we have scored quite a few stoppage time goals this season. However, I do think that we did the same last season. We did it against Man United. We did the Reece Nelson goal against Bournemouth. There was other times we scored last-minute goals to get victories or get equalizers, etc., etc. I think Southampton we scored right at the death, didn't we? So yeah, it was right at the death, and then we very nearly won it. I think Trossard hit the bar in that game. So listen, it's great that we keep going till the end, but I just think that we've got to try and implement something that gets us done and dusted before we get to that point. And I know you can't win every game like that. I understand that. Yeah, but you can't keep getting away with it. Eventually, there's going to come a point where we don't get that winning goal. Yeah, and we were very, very lucky last night. And I've seen people saying they feel sorry for Luton. Yeah, well, let me tell you right now, I don't. Yeah, I think, how much did they spend in the summer transfer window? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Smash the likes up while you're there, people. 1 second. And we'll get these stats up. Luton Town Club profile. Here we go. The club is valued at 87 million euros. So Declan Rice cost more than the club. That's crazy. And their total summer spend, if I can find it. Why can you never find something when you want it? Failing to prepare, Gunner, is preparing to fail. But yeah, I do think that, listen, Mikel Arteta has gone on the pitch. He's broken the rules. So he's rightly been banned. And I'm sure he probably don't care. There is another ban potentially incoming because he's been charged as well for his comments after the Newcastle game, isn't he? So I do think they'll ban him for Liverpool as well. So, I mean, is it a conspiracy against Arteta? Or is it just a case of, mate, stop running on the pitch? I don't know. Transfers. Here we go. Luton Town spent a whopping 22 million. 22.7 million euros. And they sold 31 million. Wow. So they actually made a profit in the summer. And people are feeling sorry for them because they conceded in the last minute. That's actually insane. That is actually crazy. No, that's wild. That can't be right. I'm lying. I'm lying. Transfermarkt has just updated. They actually didn't get anything recouped because most of the players they had were loan transfers anyway. So they got rid of them loan players back to their parent club. So they actually made no money on player sales. So they spent 22 million. There we go. This website, it just pops up stuff everywhere. But yeah, 22.75 million. And people are sitting there feeling sorry for them. Why? You got to via the playoffs. You earned about 300 million quid in the process and you spent 22 million. Maybe if you'd spent 122 million, you might have won the game. You might have drawn the game. You didn't. I ain't got no sympathy for teams like that. Yeah, good luck to them. Well done. They're not a massive football club. But at the end of the day, if you're not going to go and spend the money, then I've got no sympathy for you. Yeah, but Lee, they're building a new stadium. They were building that before they got promoted. So, yeah, cool. They've secured their future maybe going forward. If you actually went and spent 100 million of that out of the money you've made, yeah, then maybe you'd stay in the Premier League instead of be struggling down the bottom all season. Yeah, because currently I think they're what, 18th, 17th? Have a look. They're currently 17th in the league. Yeah, and Everton and Sheffield United have both got a game in hand tonight. So yeah, I ain't got no sympathy for them whatsoever. Yeah, and if Everton win their game in hand, pick up above them. Yeah, Luton will go down. Yeah, and they've only got themselves to blame. And it ain't because of that result last night. It's because they didn't spend the money. Yeah, but just going back to Mikel Arteta real quick. Yeah, at the end of the day, he's only got himself to blame as well. Yeah, you can't keep breaking the rules and expecting to get away with it. And I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans online today, when I've had a little scroll here and there, going, oh, but De Zerbi run the whole length of the pitch, giving it all of this. And yeah, the whistle had blown. It was full time. I don't know what part of this these people miss. It was full time when De Zerbi ran on the pitch. I've seen him crying about De Zerbi the other week. Yeah, and everyone on here knows my thoughts on De Zerbi. I don't think he's a very good manager. Yeah, just the hipster's choice, the little hippie manager. But at the end of the day, when he was saying that he doesn't like any 80% of the referees or whatever he said, he wasn't actually digging out an individual, was he? Yeah, he wasn't actually having a real nasty attack on referees. He was just saying, I don't like 80% of the referees. He didn't say which referees. He didn't say it's a disgrace, it's embarrassing, and this. He just said, I don't like 80% of the referees. So I don't know why Arsenal fans go down this route of, oh, but it happened in that game, and he did, and she did, and then get out of here, man. At the end of the day, our manager's banned for the game against Villa. Deal with it. Yeah, I'm sure he don't care, if I'm being completely honest. And why should we care? Yeah, why should we care? Yeah, we've got an adequate number 2 sat there, right? He's been there for long enough. He's actually managed a game before against Manchester City and very nearly got a draw in that. For Rodri scoring and nicking it right at the end. So, yes, Aston Villa's a tough place to go. Man City are going to find that out tonight. But I don't know. I just don't see why there's so much uproar about it. And it always seems like there's a conspiracy against us. There's always a conspiracy. There is no conspiracy, people. Yeah, the referees are trash for everybody. Look at the referee in the Tottenham Man City Tottenham game the other day. He plays on and then brings it straight back as soon as they're clean through. Yeah, is there a conspiracy against City? No, they're just not very good. Yeah, they're just not very good, and they're not very good for everyone. So don't moan about it. Yeah, at the end of the day, if you do want to moan about it, have the same energy for every team. Have the same energy for that decision against Man City the other day, instead of laughing in Erling Haaland's comments. Yeah, have the same energy for Newcastle against PSG the other night, instead of laughing and taking the mick out of them. Yeah, because you can't have it on one hand, yeah, and like then give it the large on the other. It don't work like that. Yeah, and this is why Arsenal fans get laughed at online. It ain't because of people like me holding the standards up. It's because they act like little crybabies over everything. Literally everything. Oh, that should have been a free kick. It was a free kick in that game. And how comes Gabriel didn't get a penalty last night? Because it happened for Man City and Rodri in the Man United game. And that was, get over yourselves, man. It sounded like little squabbling 5-year-olds in a playground. And at the end of the day, I didn't hear nobody talking about Kivior potentially having a straight red last night. I think I was probably the only one who brought it up. Because on another day, he's getting a straight red for that tackle on Andros Townsend. So swings and roundabouts, people. At the end of the day, if our manager's got himself booked, he's got himself booked, and that means he's banned for the next game. He's banned for the next game. Yeah, this is Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, we should be doing all right, whether he's there for one game or not. All right, is what it is. Let me know your thoughts and all of that, people. Do make sure you sub to the channel. That'd be great. Let me know whether you think it is a conspiracy against us. Are we harshly treated more so than others? I don't think we are, if I'm honest. Yeah, I see Wolves getting mad decisions against them this season. Liverpool as well. Right? Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that obviously Man City have had a couple. Wolves should have had their striker sent off, and then he goes and scores the winner against Man City. Yeah, and then the game against Tottenham, they should have had that as well. So swings and roundabouts. You just got to do your jobs. We did our jobs last night. Eventually, we got it over the line. But we now sit back, and like I said, I'm recording this at 6:30 Spanish time. I'm literally about to go on with Northside on this channel. Now I'm on with Jez on his channel. So if you want to go and check them videos out, feel free. I'm on Lee Reacts for the watch along. If you want to go and check that back, probably not, but there you go. But anyway, we're out of here. Adios. Ciao.